And this leads your bulletin. Zinhle Maditla, the mother who pleaded guilty to 4 counts of premeditated murder, will be sentenced today in the Witbank Magistrate's Court. Now, Maditla admitted to feeding her 4 children rat poison after she discovered their father was seeing another woman. The decomposing bodies of the little children were found in December of last year. eNCA's Silindelo Masikane is tracking that story for us. She joins us now live. And Slee, when you and I were doing our sound check just a little earlier, just before we started the show, you were telling me that emotions, quite rightly, running very high there.
Yes, it's quite an emotional time in court, I must say. We have just adjourned moments ago after Zinhle Maditla took the stand for the first time in any of the court processes since she handed herself over to police. We're hearing from basically the horse's mouth itself about what happened between the 27th of December as well as the 30th of December. She briefly told us about what happened on the 27th when she went to visit the father of 2 of her children who she was still in a relationship with. We now know that they have been in a relationship since around 2010. She found him with another woman. That led into an argument. She was hurt, felt insulted as well by him, and that is when she fed the children rat poison. And she is really struggling to explain to the court around what she was thinking. Her lawyer keeps repeatedly asking, what were you feeling? What was going through your mind? But she just says, I don't know. I can't explain. I was hurt. I was emotional. She's also speaking very softly. And so the judge has to quite often ask her to speak up. She is now, she was just asked now before we adjourned whether she has anything she wants to say to her family, to the fathers of her children. And of course, that is when she began to cry uncontrollably, saying that she's pleading with her family to forgive her. She regrets what she's done, and that she's really very, very sorry. We've also heard from the social worker who conducted the pre-sentencing report around the circumstances to which Zinhle Maditla grew up in, as well as why she committed this offense.
So, Slee, from what I can gather from what you're saying, court taking a break there, given just how emotional that testimony was. When you resume, do you expect that Zinhle Maditla will be back on the stand, and who else are we expecting to hear from?
We do expect Maditla to possibly go back onto the stand. We're not too certain whether she has done saying everything she wants to say, but in terms of her being, she may possibly be cross-examined by the state. We don't know how that will go, because she is really struggling to speak up, or to just speak at all, or to just explain herself, around the circumstances, around why she committed or why she killed or poisoned her children. We do, of course, expect the state to also call its own witnesses. We understand that possibly the fathers of the children may take the stand, as well as the investigating officer in the matter. But at the moment, we've had the pre-sentencing report as well, given by the social worker around the circumstances that Zinhle Maditla grew up in. We know now that she grew up in a 2-parent household around Christian values. The pre-sentencing report says that she was taught right from wrong. So the fact that she had a child very young also went against the values in which she was brought up in. And the report also states that it didn't seem that she learned from her behavior, from having a child very young. She went on to have 3 more children with different fathers. This didn't seem to sit well with her family. It also describes that although she does have a family that she can rely on, it doesn't seem as though she was able to open up to them about her issues. She was a person who really kept a lot of what she felt or what she was going through to herself.
All right, a harrowing day still ahead for you there in court. eNCA Silindelo Masikane is at the Witbank Magistrate's Court. The mother who pleaded guilty to 4 counts of premeditated murder, the murder of her 4 children, to be sentenced today, and that's Zinhle Maditla taking the stand for the very first time.